Range Rover Velar. Welcome to the world of luxury performance motoring. That's what I call it, luxury performance motoring. This is the cabin dashboard layout of the brand new Range Rover Velar. Well, actually, it's not completely brand new. It's a revised model, but they've revised the cabin and there's a few tweaks on the exterior. But I want to emphasize a little bit today on the whole experience of driving a Velar. Okay, so we've started up the engine. It's a 2-liter turbocharged engine. Now, some of you might be saying, oh, 2-liter turbo only. Yeah. Enough power, don't worry, enough power. And anyway, how fast you want to go? Now, it's a completely petrol driven engine. There's no hybrid system. This is still one of those I will use the word old school technologies, but I like old school technology because I know what I'm dealing with. I don't have to worry about charging infrastructure. I don't have to worry about having my third cup of coffee while my car is charging, and I have zero range anxiety because there are petrol stations everywhere. Anyway, so Range Rover Velar, it's been around for many years. The Velar name when it came out, a little bit of a shock to the market, because why? There was the Evoque, which is the compact premium SUV from the Range Rover company, and then you have the big Range Rovers, okay, the luxury top dog, I'll say like. There's never been a SUV that commanded such presence. Of course, you have the competition coming in from BMW, Mercedes, let's not forget Bentley and Rolls-Royce with the Cullinan, they call it an SUV. But when you talk about Range Rover, it's just in a class of its own. Someone can tell you, yes, I prefer my Bentley, I prefer my Cullinan, I prefer my X7 from BMW, I prefer my G-Wagon from Mercedes-Benz. But somehow or rather, when you get a Range Rover sitting in front of you, there's a little bit of awe. There's a little bit of, what a magnificent looking vehicle. So now comes the Velar. So when Range Rover decided to deliver the Velar, they said, hey, this is going to be a brand new segment. So like with any luxury SUV, the Range Rover Velar customer will ask, how does it drive? It drives well. It's always driven well. It's comfortable. You got this nice padded headrest. You got luxury appointments everywhere. Touch and feel points, all premium. But why is this Velar a little bit more special than the competition? Apart from the fact that it's a Range Rover. Well, it's got a beautifully designed, structured chassis. It doesn't feel unsorted. It doesn't feel loose. It feels like it's sitting on the road with purpose. You've got nice big chunky wheels. You've got a nice tread footprint. And even with that wide tread footprint as we drive, you notice you don't get tire noise. Now, why is there no tire noise? Because they have an excellent noise cancelling system working with the Meridian sound system that comes with this car. Can you imagine? They've designed the Meridian sound system to work for noise cancelling, to make sure that you get a quiet cabin without road noise. That's amazing, isn't it? So that's all about technology. And then if you need a little bit of power, you get your power. You need a little bit of cornering, you get your cornering. There's nothing lacking when it comes to delivering a little bit of excitement if and when you need it. Meanwhile, you get a nice supple ride. You get a reasonably weighted steering. You get a nice infotainment system, big screen. I love the fact that Range Rover has, I'm saying, listen to me, and put it below the aircon vents so that it's not sitting up here. I've always said it with all my reviews. Big screens shouldn't be up here. Why? Because you hamper a little bit of vision and you look out of place. This looks like it's right there in the right position. And that's what big screen should be. So, what else do you get with this car? You get a nice big sunroof, one touch opening. I'll show you in a bit. Let me just make this U-turn. Full length. Now, if you open the sunroof completely, it's a fantastic feeling, especially if it's not a very hot day. But on a hot day, of course, you don't want it. So you close the sunroof, but you keep the cover open. Like this. So you get that whole airy feeling. You know, it gives the cabin a little bit more space. Multi-function steering wheel, like always. You have paddle shifters. If you really want to get more excitement out of this 2-liter engine, you can play with the paddle shifters. But you know, I look at the gearbox is responsive enough. Nice little audio note, not too harsh. And again, you don't hear the tire noise. Amazing, isn't it? So much tread, and yet you don't get the tire noise. So this is all a little bit of added magic that comes from Range Rover engineers to just give you that whole premium experience in a super premium vehicle, costing, let me tell you this, it's fully imported, 638,000 ringgit. It's built in UK, in the factory that's been building Land Rovers and Range Rovers since the start of the company. It's outfitted perfectly well. There is nothing else you need. You don't need to go to an accessory shop to upgrade the radio system or the infotainment system or whatever. Everything is fully included already. You just have to buy it and drive it. So yes, the competition might be in and around that price range, and you got electric cars in Malaysia coming in at a lower price point, but that's because electric cars are tax free. This car is not tax free. You have to pay taxes on it. Okay, it's not a tax free car. So don't hope on getting the price to be equivalent to an electric car in Malaysia right now. 638, go to a Land Rover showroom. There's a huge one in Ara Damansara. Have a test drive, take it out, experience the comfort, the speed, and also the lack of tire noise when you play with this car on the road.